Ms. O'Donnell, you may call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Maureen Hammis.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please have a seat.
Can you please state and spell your name?
My name is Maureen Hammis, M-A-U-R-E-E-N-H-A-M-M-E-S,
How are you currently employed?
with the Davenport Police Department.
How long have you worked for the Davenport Police Department?
25 years.
Can you briefly describe your educational background and any training you've received for your position?
Yes. I graduated from Western Illinois with a law enforcement degree. I was hired by the police department in 1997. I attended the Iowa Police Academy, and then I came back and graduated from the FTO program. And then I became a patrol officer. I was a patrol officer for 10 years, and then 15 years ago I became a detective.
So you've been a detective for 15 years?
Yes.
Do you work with a particular unit within the, Detective Bureau?
Yes, I am a Special Victims Unit.
And what kind of cases does the Special Victims Unit handle?
Typically, we handle child abuse and sex abuse cases.
Specifically, over the last 15 years, have you worked a lot of cases, whether it's child abuse or sexual abuse cases involving children?
Yes.
And have you interviewed children as a part of your job?
Yes.
Do you have any idea how many children you would have interviewed?
I don't know how many, but it's been a lot of children.
Now, I want to clarify something we had heard earlier in this trial. Are you a certified forensic interviewer?
No.
Is there such thing as a certified forensic interviewer?
There's certificates for being a forensic interviewer, which I do have a certificate that I received back in 2012, where I took a 20-hour course in forensic interviewing of children.
So you have had training in forensic interviewing?
Yes.
And I believe you described it as a 20-hour course back in 2012?
Yes.
Because of that training, are you often asked to interview children that perhaps are involved in different types of cases, not even cases being handled by SVU?
At times.
Now, Detective Hammis, why did you go through that forensic interview training back in 2012?
Well, it was offered to me, and it was something that interested me, and it was also part of the unit that I was in.
Is there a difference in interviewing children versus adults?
Yes.
What are those differences?
There are many differences. Children sometimes don't tell everything right away. They don't tell things in a sequential order. They have a hard time remembering facts. They also don't understand time. They also sometimes give delayed statements and disclosures of things that happen. And sometimes they don't realize the importance of things unless you ask them specific questions or direct questions. And I just don't think kids know what you're asking them. And sometimes you don't understand what they are trying to tell you also, because their minds are different than an adult mind.
So sometimes they might be sharing details that make it difficult to understand what they're trying to tell you.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned some delayed disclosures of certain information. What do you mean by that?
Some things can be traumatic for children, and it's not uncommon for people that have been involved in something traumatic not to tell right away. They might piece things together differently, and like I said before, they don't understand the importance of something until maybe later.
Now, specifically with that last topic, where they may not share or understand the importance of something, do you interview both, I guess, victims of crimes, children victims of crimes, and also children witnesses?
Yes.
Particularly with children who have witnessed an event. From your observations and based on your training and experience, do those children sometimes not always report the details they don't understand to be important?
Yes.
So I want to redirect our attention then to July 10th of 2023. 2020. Thank you. Were you working in the same position back on that date?
I was.
And at some point, were you dispatched to the Jersey Ridge apartments for a report of a missing child, Breasia Terrell?
I was.
And did you make contact with a child we've been referring to as DL at that time?
I did.
Is it fair to say that throughout the entire investigation, from when Breasia was first reported missing to when her remains were located, you had a lot of contact with DL?
Yes.
At any point in time when you were speaking or having contact with DL, did he ever disclose to you that he actually saw Mr. Dinkins shoot his sister?
No.
Did he ever report to you that he saw a bloody machete?
No.
Did he talk to you about a very large knife?
Yes.
Okay. Going back then to July 10th, 2020, when you're at the Jersey Ridge apartment, is that where you first made initial contact with DL?
Yes.
And did you obtain a statement from him at that time?
Yes.
What was his demeanor like while you were speaking with him?
He was like any other 8-year-old child. He was carefree. He had a little dog that he was holding. He wanted to show me the puppy. He was just a normal kid.
Did he seem to appreciate the severity of the situation that was going on?
No.
And did you ask him questions about what had occurred the night before and that morning?
Yes.
Was he able to answer you to the best of his ability at that time?
Yes.
Now, at one point, do you recall asking him about who all he had stayed with the night before?
Yes.
And do you recall who he had reported to you he had stayed with?
He stated that he was with his dad, Henry Dinkins. He was with his sister, Breasia, and he was with his dad's girlfriend. He didn't know her name, and actually at one point he called for her to come over and asked her what her name was, which would be Andrea Culberson.
But he had spent the whole night with her and could not remember her name the next morning.
Yes.
Now, while you were there, were you a part of the detectives who would have executed a search warrant at Andrea Culberson's apartment on July 10th?
Yes.
While you were searching that apartment, do you recall locating any bleach?
Yes.
Do you recall where you located the bleach?
Underneath a kitchen cabinet.
And were you wearing a body cam during that time period?
Yes.
And to your knowledge, did your body cam capture the moment when you would have located that bleach?
Yes.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm handing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 157. Have you had an opportunity to review your body cam where you located the bleach?
Yes.
And is this a fair and accurate clip of the moment you would have located bleach on July 10th at Andrea Culberson's apartment?
Yes.
At this time, Your Honor, the state would offer Exhibit 157 into evidence.
Ms. O'Donnell, we already have a previous Exhibit 157 that was added on Friday, I believe.
I apologize, Your Honor, that did not make our list. So this will be 159.
No objection.
Exhibit 159 will be admitted.
May I publish, Your Honor?
You may.
Before I hit play here, Detective Hammis, can you describe where this video is starting?
It's starting in the kitchen.
So, Detective Hammis, from review of your body cam, the bleach you located, would that have been in the angled cabinet underneath the sink?
Yes.
Did you only locate that one bottle?
Yes.
And do you recall if it appeared full or anything about it?
I don't really recall that.
Now, at that time that you were searching this residence, had bleach been mentioned at all at that point?
No.
Was there any really reason at that point to document that you'd found bleach?
No.
Now, later that same day, did you conduct another interview with DL at the police station?
Yes.
Do you recall approximately what time that interview would have started?
Can I refer to my notes?
Would that help refresh your memory on the time?
Yes.
Make sure you refer to your notes.
You may.
The interview started at 3:48.
In the afternoon?
Yes.
Now, who was all present during that interview?
It was DL's mother, Aisha, and Detective Obert, and myself, and DL.
Now, what was the goal of this interview at the police station?
The goal was to try to find Breasia and see if he had information to help assist us.
So are you really just trying to gather facts and information at that point?
Yes.
Now, what was his demeanor like during this interview?
He was still the same, kind of carefree, just an average, normal kid to interview.
Was he doing anything in particular during your interview?
He had seen some Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse stuffed animals outside. We sometimes give those to kids. It makes them calm down a little bit, sometimes if they're anxious. And he had picked out one, and then he had also picked out one for Breasia because he wanted to give it to her when she came home.
Now, was this interview recorded?
Yes,
And have you had an opportunity to review that interview as well?
I have.
And may I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm handing you State's Exhibit 158-1. Is this a fair and accurate copy of the interview at the police station on July 10th of 2020 with DL?
Yes.
At this time, Your Honor, the state would offer 158-1 into evidence.
No objection.
Exhibit 158-1 will be admitted.
Now, Detective Hammis, you had already spoken a bit with DL back at Andrea's apartment. Is that right?
Yes.
When you started your interview here with DL, did you get right into the questioning kind of right away, or how did you proceed?
I just explained to him that I wanted to talk to him. I was trying to find his sister, and I thought that he had probably some information in his smart brain.
May I publish, Your Honor?
You may.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Did you find some friends?
Yep.
Can I sit over here with you?
Yep.
I like Mickey Minnie. All right. So I know you've talked to a lot of people today, right? You remember talking to me earlier?
Yeah.
You remember what you told me?
No.
You don't remember what you told me? Okay.
No. I always forget stuff.
You always forget stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I think you can probably tell me some pretty important stuff. How do you spell your first name?
DETORIOUS.
Detorius?
MOSLEY.
And when's your birthday, hon?
October 28th.
2011. And you're going to be in third grade just like my daughter, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Just like mine.
Turning 9.
Is Detorius is that how, am I saying it right?
Detorius?
Yeah. You know what?
Or Dink.
Or Dink?
D-I-N-K.
My daughter's name is Tori, so I like that. Detorius. All right. Okay. So I know that I talked to you earlier, and Detective Overt also talked to you. Okay. And I know that a lot's gone on within the day, and we're just trying to get some details out of this little brain, because I know this little brain is a good brain. Okay. And I know it's a smart brain. All right. So I know that your daddy picked you up last night. Is that right?
Yeah.
Where did he pick you up from?
My nana house.
Your nana.
14 West 3rd Street from number 1.
Okay. And was he always just going to pick only you up? Was that what he was originally going to do? Just
Yeah.
pick you up?
Yeah.
And then what happened when Dad got there?
He told me to brush my teeth, and then my sister came. He said she don't mind if he come.
Did she want to go with him? Okay. And was Grandma there?
Yep.
What
My
Grandma-
nana told her don't go, and she went.
Okay. So she wanted to go. So Grandma said don't go, and she went.
Yep.
And what'd your dad say when Grandma said don't go?
All he said was, "Come on, let's go."
He said, "Come on, let's go." And where did you sit in that car?
Front seat.
Front seat. Now, which car was he in?
That black one.
That really cool one with the lion on the front?
Yep.
Okay. What kind of car is that? Camaro?
Yeah.
Okay. And did your brother, is it Cardell? Was he there?
No.
Did he want to go?
Yeah.
So was he there?
No.
He wasn't there when your dad picked you up?
Was he at my nana house?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he was at my nana house.
Okay, so he was there when you got picked up, right?
Yeah.
And did he want to go too?
Yeah, but my nana said
Okay. Did your daddy say no too?
no.
Your daddy did say no?
My nana just said no. He just listened to my nana.
Okay. Did your dad say something about there was no room in the car for you?
Oh, he said there was no room for CJ.
So okay, so Dad didn't want CJ coming.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So CJ, that's Cardell.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. So Cardell wanted to go, but your daddy said he couldn't go because there was no room. And your grandma also told him he couldn't go.
Yep.
And he listened to your grandma.
Yep.
Okay. But your sister did not listen to your grandma, right?
Yep.
All right. Do you know about what time that was? Was that before dinner, after dinner?
It was after dinner.
It was after dinner that
Well,
your-
no.
Was it still light outside when you went?
Yeah.
Okay, was Mommy home from work yet?
Yeah.
Remember
Remember?
when we went to Dad?
When you went with your daddy?
No.
Okay, so Mom, what time did you get off work?
I didn't get off work until 5:04.
Okay, so 5:04. So we know that you got picked up before then. Mom off. Were you aware that he was being picked up by Dad,
Yes, I was aware that he was getting picked up.
but no one else?
No one else.
When did you find out that he was picked up by
When
somebody?
my mom had called and said, Henry said to make sure that you get the kids something to put on, and I'm like, oh, okay, so who else went with him? And she was like, oh, Bree went.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, so I just picked both of them some clothes off because I'm like, I needed to break anyways and needed
Okay.
to pick up more hours.
Okay. So where'd you go right after Daddy picked you up?
We went to go get him some cigarettes, and then we went to his girlfriend's house.
Okay, and his girlfriend is who?
What's her name again?
Is it Andrea?
Yeah.
That's her name. Had you ever met her before?
Yeah.
Okay. When's the last time you saw your dad? Do you know? Before this day.
At the store, bookshop.
When was that? So just in passing, you've seen him? Like he didn't take you or anything? You just seen him? Does he say hi when he sees you?
No, he just gave me his eyes and tried to get his number.
Okay. Okay. So you don't see your dad on a regular basis?
No.
So were you super excited about going there today?
Yep.
Last night? I would
Because
be
he
too.
said he had the Xbox and a PS4.
Heck yeah, that's fun, isn't it?
Yep.
Right, I want to go too. All right. So, what'd you guys do last night?
Played again.
Where were you playing?
What was our plan? What game was I playing?
Yeah.
GTA.
Is that Grand Theft Auto?
Yep.
Okay. Number 5?
Yep.
And where were you playing that at?
In the living room.
Okay, who was in the living room with you?
Andrea.
Andrea, where was your daddy?
In the room with Bree.
What was he doing in the room with Bree?
What did I say again, Mom?
Well, just
What
think.
else?
Use your brain. What was he doing? Was he sleeping?
No.
Was the door open?
Yeah.
Door was open? Okay. Is there a game in there?
Oh, I just forgot he was playing the game with Bree.
He was what?
Playing the game.
What game?
It's a jumping game.
A jumping game? Okay. So he wasn't playing with you, he was playing with her?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you sad that he was playing with her and not you?
Yeah.
Okay, you were?
Yep. I was mad.
You were mad? Why were you mad?
Because he didn't play the game with me.
Okay. And so then, what'd you do after that? Did you
We ate dinner.
What'd you have?
Pizza rolls.
Mm-hmm.
A sandwich.
Mm-hmm. What kind of sandwich?
Ham.
Ham sandwich? Was it like one someone made?
Me and my sister made it.
You and your sister made it?
Mhm.
Okay. And did you all eat together, or how did that go down?
We had to eat in his living room because he don't have a table.
He doesn't have a table, does he?
No.
So was everyone having dinner together, or just you and your sister?
We had me and my sister.
Okay.
Me and my sister had to sit in the living room.
And then what were they doing?
In the living room, talking and smoking.
Okay, so they're talking and smoking while you're eating?
Yep.
Okay. And then what'd you do?
We was playing the game for a little bit more, and then we went to bed. And when I woke up, I saw her feet kick me, and then I woke up, and then she was gone.
Okay. When you say you saw her, were you in the same bed as your sister?
Yeah.
And was that the room with the air conditioner? Okay. And where was your daddy at?
In the living room,
And where was he at in the living room?
on the air mattress.
With who?
His girlfriend.
Okay. When you went to bed, your daddy was on the air mattress?
Mhm. And when I woke up, both of them was gone.
Okay. So let's talk about that. Was the door to your bedroom open or closed when you went to bed?
Open.
Open. Okay. And so do you know about what time you went to bed?
No.
You don't know? Okay. Your sister was on the bed though, right?
Mhm.
Do you remember what she was wearing?
Long white tees
Mm-hmm.
and some black shorts.
And some black shorts. Did you guys go to bed at the same time?
No.
Who went to bed first?
Me. I meant my sister.
Your sister went to bed first?
Yep.
And what'd you do?
Playing the game for a little bit longer. Then I went to sleep.
Okay. When you went to sleep, was your daddy asleep?
Yeah, I heard him.
You could hear him snoring?
Yep.
Does Andrea snore?
No.
You don't?
All I hear.
Okay, so you could hear your daddy snore.
Yep.
Okay.
He loud.
He's loud? Okay. And then when you went to sleep, did you ever wake up at all in the middle of the night? Do you ever wake up to go potty or anything?
Yeah.
Did you do that last night? Okay.
I turned on the light and then I saw Bree was gone.
Okay. Did you go looking for her?
Me and my dad, when he got back, and then he told me he was lost. She
Okay.
was lost.
Okay. So when you woke up, was it light or dark outside?
Morning.
It was morning, so it was light up outside?
Yep.
Okay. So when you woke up, your daddy was gone. Was Andrea there? What did you ask Andrea where anybody was?
I asked her where she said she don't know, but they both left.
She said they both left? And what did she mean by that? Or how did you interpret that? Or like, what do you think she was talking about?
He got in the car. She got in the car with him.
That's how you took it? She said they both left? you took it as they both got in a car together and left. Okay? Did she say that to you, or is that just what you thought? That's what you thought, because they were both gone? Okay, I understand that. Did you ever see your sister leaving the bedroom? You did? When was that?
At nighttime.
At nighttime? Were you in bed when you saw that? What did you see?
I saw her walk downstairs with my dad,
With your dad?
and then he shut the door.
Okay. Were you out of the bed? Or did you get up and watch them do that? Or how did that go down? Because from where that bed is, you can't see that. Or did you just see them leave and you heard it? Or how did that
I
happen?
saw them leave.
You saw them leave? What did you see?
I saw them walk down the stairs.
Okay. You
Then
saw.
I heard the door open, because it'll make lots of noise.
Okay, so you heard. So I'm just looking at it from this way. I'm going to draw. I'm not a very good drawer, okay? At all. Like, all right, so the stairs are over here. And then, no, I'm not very good. These are the stairs. I'm going to do this. All right, and then I'm not very good at this. The stairs go all the way down here, okay? But up here, this is the windows, okay? And I don't. And there was an air mattress here, right?
Down in the living room.
Yeah, that's in the living room. And then we have couches, a couch here, right?
Yep.
And then we also have a couch
Here.
here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not very good at this. And then this is the kitchen area. I'm just going to draw like a kitchen table, even though there's no table in there. Right? And then back here is the bedroom, right?
Yep.
Okay. And here's the door to the bedroom. Okay? So you can't really see the stairs, right? You can't, right? Where did you see your dad and sister? In here.
Walking down the stairs.
From the bed, you can't see the stairs, though, right? So you just knew they went down the stairs?
I peeked.
Well, you gotta tell me that. What'd you peek? What'd you see?
I saw my sister. They were walking down the stairs talking. And
Okay.
then they slammed the door.
Then they slammed the door?
Yep.
Did you hear your sister say anything?
No.
Was your daddy saying anything?
Yeah.
What was he saying?
He was just talking about cars.
He was just talking about cars?
How he gonna get more.
Okay. Was it dark out when you saw this, or light out, or something?
Light.
It was light out? Okay. Where was Andrea?
Looking in the front window and looking in the back window.
Okay.
Because she was trying to find both of them.
Okay. But when you saw them and that you peeked, was it still dark outside or light outside?
Or
It was light outside? Okay. Are you sure about that?
well,
Did you go back to bed?
no.
What did you do?
I'm in the living room. She told me to go in the living room.
Andrea told you to go into the living room. All right. So you're saying you woke up.
Yep.
You said a couple things, and that's why I'm a little confused. You originally said you woke up and they were gone. And you told me that Andrea told you to go out to the living room at some point. All right? And you also told me that you woke up because you heard them and that you peeked and saw them go down and Andrea was sleeping, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to know from your smart brain which way you remember it, because it's a huge detail. Okay? It's a huge, and if it's light outside or if it's dark outside is a pretty big detail too. Because I know when Andrea told you to go to the air mattress, I know it was light outside. Is that correct? Okay. Because she said that too. Was she up? Or was she sleeping on that air mattress?
She was up looking through back and front window for my mom. I meant my dad and Brie.
Okay. And you said it was dark out or light out?
I said it was light.
Okay. When you say it was light, was it like when you're eating breakfast, or like when it's
I couldn't eat breakfast. He didn't let me.
Okay. What I'm trying to say though is when you get up and you say it's light outside, is the sun just coming up or is the sun out?
Out.
Out. So when you peeked and you saw them leave,
The sun was out.
the sun was out. Okay. I get that. So you think it was early in the morning? Okay. I wonder what time the sun rose today.
Me too.
I wonder if we can find that out. Hey Suri, what time did the sun rise today? Let's see if it says anything. I don't know how to use this watch. The sun?
Sorry, one more time. Sunrise was at 5:38 today.
5:38 today. So that is early.
Yeah, it is.
Sun rose.
It was pretty bright when I left out at like 7.
You told me he called you at 7:47.
He called me roughly around 7:47, but I was in mid getting dressed because I was like,
Something's wrong with his phone. That's why he can't hear the call.
Okay. So the sun is up at 5:38 this morning, and that's where you peeked and you saw them, correct? So you don't know if your sister was there all night or not. Is that correct? Because you were sleeping up until you peeked and saw your dad going down the stairs with them and slamming the door and talking about cars. Okay.
which that excites the kids because that's the reason why he likes to go over there in Midbury.
Okay. So up until
She
that,
liked to go over there because of snacks. Like, all you got.
he did have some good snacks. He had some peanut butter crunches in there. I was like wanting to get some because those are good.
Did you look up there?
I sure did. I looked
There's a lot
everywhere.
of nice snacks.
Yeah, they do have a lot of
He
good
gave her
snacks.
Oreos. She said,
Oh, they were the vanilla Oreos, weren't they? I saw those on the ground.
She gonna ask mom. She said, "Oh, I'm gonna ask my husband that again because he has snacks."
Yes. You know, we got a guy here we call Snacks because all he does is eat snacks all day long. We call him Snacks. Isn't that funny?
Is it him?
Me.
No. Sometimes I could be called Snacks, but I'm always eating too. Okay, so we know at 5:38 you saw it was at least 5:38 because it was light. Okay, so once your daddy leaves with your sister, then what happens?
What happens?
What happened after you peeked and saw them walking down the stairs and the door slamming?
Andrea told me to go in the living room.
Where was Andrea at?
Looking back to front window.
So she was looking from each window?
Yep.
Okay. That's what she was doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can even ask her.
You can ask
She's
her.
gonna say yes.
Okay. And then what happened? Did you go to the living room? Did you
Yeah.
go back to bed?
I went to the living room. Then I didn't go to bed.
Okay. And what did you do?
I pretend I was asleep. I was trying to turn on the TV. She told me to turn it off.
Okay. And what was Andrea doing while that was going on? While you were pretending to sleep?
She was on her phone after she was looking.
She was on her phone. Did your daddy have his phone?
No.
He
it was
didn't?
dead.
The phone was dead? So your
Yeah.
daddy didn't have no phone at all? And he left with your sister? Okay. And then what happened?
And that's all.
Did your daddy come back?
Oh, yeah.
And what happened when he came back? How was he acting?
He was acting silly.
What was he doing?
He was just yelling
What was he yelling about?
about his juice missing.
About his juice missing?
Think he drank
It's,
his juice?
no. It was his orange juice.
Okay. And what else was he talking about?
Nothing else. Just his orange juice because he got mad. He was yelling at his girlfriend
What was
and
he?
me.
What
He
was,
said, "Who stole my orange juice?"
okay. Was she asking any questions to him? Did she ask him where he gone?
No.
Was he asking where Bree was at?
No.
Nothing.
He wasn't thinking about that.
No, I'm asking about Andrea. Was she asking any questions? She wasn't. Did you ask any questions?
No.
No? Okay. So then what happened? Why didn't he feed you? Where'd you go?
I had to go with my mom.
Why is that?
Because he said she was cussing him out. That's why he said I gotta go back with my mom.
Okay. What was mom cussing him out about?
I don't even know what happened on the phone. When he got off the phone, all he said was your mom was cussing at me.
Okay. Did he say anything about where your sister was? Did you ask him where my sister was? I know that. Who packed up the clothes?
To take him over to my dad's house.
Mm-hmm. No. Those clothes that your sister had, that you had, that your mom brought.
Oh, my dad.
Your dad, he packed them up?
Mhm.
And he gave them to you?
Mhm.
Okay. And
I
what?
can take him home.
So you could take them home. Okay. Was anyone asking where Bree was?
No.
Did your daddy drive you anywhere?
He went a couple places.
Let's talk about where your daddy went. Where did he go?
He went to go fishing with a couple people.
He went fishing?
Yeah.
Okay.
He went fishing.
Uh-huh.
He went fishing with more people. And
He went fishing last night?
yeah.
With
Oh no, not in the last night.
I'm sorry, this morning?
Yeah.
He went fishing? Were you there?
Yeah, I was in the car.
You were in the car? Which car were you in?
That purple one.
Purple one?
Mhm.
Okay. So was this after you peeked and saw?
Yeah.
He went fishing. Who did he go fishing with?
He said some 6 people. 6 people he saw. Then he gave them $100
He gave them $100 for what?
for he can go fishing with them.
So he could go fishing with them? Where were you?
In the car, I had to sit in the car by myself.
You sat in the car? Did you see your dad get anything out of the car?
He complained he grabbed some bleach, and what I saw in his trunk, he pulled it out, it was a knife.
He had some bleach
Mm-hmm.
and a knife?
Yeah,
How-
bleach and knife.
What kind of knife?
It's some big knives.
So you saw him grab a bleach and knife out?
Yeah.
Where were you at when he
I
was
was
fishing?
I was in the car.
I know, but
and
where
when
was
we
he?
went to his house, when we went back to his house, he forgot something. He went in the house to grab his big old knife, and then he put it in his trunk.
Okay. So let me talk.
It's
What
this
color?
big. It's purple.
It's purple? Okay. Where did he grab that knife from?
His trunk.
His trunk?
And then he washed it off.
He washed off with what?
The knife,
Washed it off with what though?
some bleach, and some, a rag. He washed it off with a rag.
With a rag? Where was the rag at?
Car.
In his car? Okay. Do you know where he went fishing this morning? Do you think you could take me that way?
I don't remember that way.
What if I drove you down
It's
that
a
way?
long way.
That's okay.
I don't remember. I don't remember where he was at.
Okay. So
Just a place that he got stuck.
he got stuck? His car
He
got...
needed another push.
Who helped push him?
The 6 people that he went fishing with.
So this morning, after your sister left, he came back and got you, and then he went fishing. Did you see his fishing pools?
He didn't have any.
He didn't have no fishing pools?
He bought it for he can fish with them.
He what?
He bought it for he can fish with them.
So he had the fishing pole?
He borrowed them from
Yeah.
borrowed fishing poles from other people.
Did you actually see your dad with fishing poles? Or did he tell you he went fishing?
He told me he went
But
fishing.
he left you in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you saw him with bleach and a knife.
Yeah,
Okay.
big knife.
A big knife. And he cleaned it?
Yeah.
Okay. What, did you ask him about that?
No.
Okay. Let's talk about, he went fishing. Did you see him go with people, or did he just get out by himself?
He got out by himself. When he went down there, there was already 6 people down there.
That's what he told you. Did you see those 6 people? You never saw anybody.
He just told me there were 6 people down there.
He told you there were 6 people down there. How long do you think you were in that car?
Long.
How long?
I couldn't see the time.
Okay. Did it felt like forever though? After your daddy went fishing, where did you go?
He took me to my nana house. I mean, to go to her.
To meet your mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
By McDonald's in the parking lot.
Okay. Have you ever been to that area where your daddy went fishing?
No.
You've never been there before? Do you know where your daddy has a trailer?
It's at the shop.
I don't know. I'm just asking if you know any other place where your daddy lives. Do you think you would remember?
He don't have a house. He only has a house with his girlfriend.
Okay. Do you think that if I took you to an area, you might be able to say, yeah, I was down this way? Do you think you could do that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. When he got something out of the truck, what did you see everything he was getting?
All I saw was some bleach and a big knife in a rag.
What color was the rag?
Purple.
Purple? And the knife was purple? Was it in a case or no?
It was not in a case.
It was not in a case?
It was in nothing. He just poured it out.
How big was this when you tell me?
It was very big.
Show me with your hands how big it was. It was that big? Okay. And bleach. What was the bleach in?
It's in his trunk.
It's in
The purple trunk. In that car that he drove.
The burgundy one, the Impala, remember?
the Impala?
He have it in the back of his trunk. It's a big knife.
Okay. And was the bleach in a container or what?
It was in a container.
How'd you know it was bleach? You know about bleach?
I know how it smells.
Could you smell it?
Yeah.
Did he open it up there with you? No? How could you smell it? Or did you not smell it?
I can't smell it because he was down there and I smelled it.
He was down
By the fishing.
by the fishing. Was it by the river or by a creek?
Water.
Okay.
You know what telling the truth is, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Don't lie.
And what does lie mean?
You'll get in trouble.
Yeah, so are you telling us the truth? We're really trying to find your sister.
Yeah, I'm not lying.
Okay. I believe you. I believe you. So, after the sun rose this morning, your daddy took you fishing. He told you he was going fishing. And then after you saw him go down there, he said there were 6 people that helped him. He said something about $100. What happened with the $100?
He paid for it.
Who?
My dad.
Paid for what?
The fishing pole.
Did you ever see the fishing pole?
Yeah.
Where was that at?
It's down by a car place.
Down by a car place. Did Dad put the fishing pole in the car at all?
Yeah, it was in his trunk.
It's in his trunk too? Okay. Alright, just hang tight, okay? After you went there, your dad took you to Grandma's house. Is that right? Where'd he go?
My mom took me to the house. I could put the stuff up.
You met Mom at McDonald's, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did your daddy call your mom while you were in the car?
Yeah.
What did your daddy say to you, Mom?
All he told my mom was meet her at McDonald's.
Okay. Do you know what time that was, Aisha?
8:08.
It was at 8:08.
That's the time of the phone call, yeah.
So 8:08.
So probably around like 8:13 to 8:15 because that's a little distance from like Checkers and the McDonald's. It's a small-
Which McDonald's are we talking?
East Kimberly.
Yeah. He's gonna be-
All right. Is there anything else you remember?
Just that.
Just that. But you think that you'd be able to say, yeah, it was down around this area where he was fishing. Was there roads down there? There was roads? Okay. All right, just hang tight, okay? Do you like those mini-minis? I like them too. All right.
My friend told me that my brother said that he had left my charger downstairs because like my phone had died and stuff. And I know
What kind of phone is that?
it's an iPhone.
Here, I have a plug. I'll plug it in.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I do have to lock this door, but okay.
Come here.
All right. So I want to show you a couple pictures, okay? Because they're of different types of knives, okay? Do any of these look like what you saw?
It looked like this one, but this down here is purple.
It looked like this, but this was purple? Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to take you, Mom, and you, and we're going to drive down to some areas, okay? And it's going to be us four. I'm going to put you in the front seat, okay? And we're going to go looking to see where your daddy went fishing this morning, okay? Okay. Let me go put these back and we'll get out of here, okay?
So, Detective Hammis, as Detorius was describing the events of July 9th into July 10th of 2020, he describes being picked up by the defendant and the situation in which Breasia ended up coming with him. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Now, once they got to Andrea's apartment, he describes playing Grand Theft Auto, right?
Yes.
And where did he say Breasia was when he was playing Grand Theft Auto?
In the bedroom.
And who was with her at that time?
His father.
And where did he describe that DL was playing Grand Theft Auto?
In the living room.
And did he describe what Breasia was wearing when she went to bed?
He said that she was wearing a white t-shirt and black pair of shorts.
And did he describe anything about the size of the shirt?
It was a 4T. It was a big shirt.
A big shirt?
Yeah.
Now, at some point, he talks about being woken up in the night. Do you recall him saying he saw Breasia kick him?
Yes.
Now, you two engage in a discussion about whether he saw Breasia leave the bedroom. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And he described to you seeing Breasia and the defendant walking down the stairs. Is that fair?
Yes.
And you kind of went back and forth about whether it was light out or dark out at that time. Fair?
Yes.
Now, he settles with it was light out at that time. Do you know if that parking lot by Andrea's apartment had street lamps?
It did.
And were those street lamps right by their windows?
Yes.
Because initially, he told you that when he saw Briasia leave the bedroom, it was nighttime.
Yes.
And he describes Andrea going back and forth looking out the windows, right?
Yes.
And what was she looking for?
For his dad and Bree.
Now, when you get into the next morning, at some point, he talks about his dad going a couple different places, right?
Yes.
He describes he went to go fishing with a couple people, and then he went fishing with more people.
Yes.
Now, he describes going to a place where he said there were 6 people fishing, right?
Yes.
Now, to clarify, does DL tell you whether he actually saw anybody fishing?
No, he said his dad told him.
And he kept describing his dad went fishing down there. Is that fair? He kept using the phrase down there,
Yes.
that the 6 people were down there by the water.
Yes.
And he describes the place that they went fishing as a long way away. Is that
Yeah.
fair?
Yes.
And it's the place where he got stuck and he needed a push. Also fair?
Yes.
Now, again, when he's talking about the defendant getting stuck, was that something he described DL actually seeing that happen?
No, his dad told him that happened.
And at one point he mentioned his dad offering to pay these 6 people $100, right?
Yes.
Now, you talk a lot about the knife that was described and some bleach. Fair to say?
Yes.
What does DL tell you about the knife and the bleach?
He says that it came from his dad's trunk and that he could smell it and that the knife was big. And he said it had a purple handle on it.
What did he see his dad do with the knife?
Clean the knife with bleach down by the water.
And again, he used that phrase, down by the water.
Yes.
Did he describe the color of the rag that was used?
It was purple.
Now, at that point in time when you're interviewing DL, was there any knowledge by law enforcement that the defendant had purchased bleach that morning?
No.
Do you recall when law enforcement would have found out about that?
I don't have that specific date.
But certainly not at the time that you were interviewing DL.
No.
Now, towards the end of the interview there, you showed DL 2 photographs. One that appeared to be an axe and one that appeared to be more like a machete. Is that fair?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Because he kept describing a big knife, and those are 2 knives that are big, and so I had them printed off to see if this was what he was talking about.
At that point, did you have any information about either an axe or a machete being located in any of the vehicles or in the RV or anything like that?
No.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm showing you State's Exhibit 79, which is in this, has those inside it. Do you recognize those?
Yes.
And what is State's Exhibit 79?
They're the 2 pictures that I showed DL.
And was he able to make an identification from these 2 photos?
Yes.
And is that what we just observed in your interview as well?
Yes.
At this time, Your Honor, the state would offer State's Exhibit 79 as evidence.
No objection. No objection.
Exhibit 79 will be admitted.
May I publish?
You may.
So this was one of the knives that you showed DL, correct?
Yes.
And showing you him, this one here that appears to be more of an axe, was that the other one you also showed him?
Yes.
And of these 2, which was it again that he, I don't know how to do that the best way, but identified?
The machete style knife.
Again, towards the end of that interview, you told DL that you were going to drive him and his mother around to different locations. Did you end up doing that?
Yes.
Where was the focus of the area where you were driving that day?
Down by the river.
And why did you choose to focus on that area?
Because it was the water here in Davenport.
And so earlier during that interview when DL was describing being taken by water, was there a thought that he may be describing Credit Island?
Yes.
At that point, was there any information that the defendant or DL had traveled anywhere outside of Davenport?
No.
And so then, who all participated in that? I'm going to call it a ride-along.
Detective Obert drove. DL was in the front seat, and myself and DL's mother, Aisha, were in the back seat.
And would you have left that interview room and pretty much went straight out to a vehicle and started driving around?
Yes.
Now, while you were driving around, at some point did you approach or drive by Schmidt Road in Davenport?
Yes.
What was DL's reaction when you passed that road?
He looked down that road, and then he said he remembered that road.
He indicated he had driven on that road that morning.
Yes.
When you drove on that road, or did you turn around and start going down that road at that point?
Yes.
At some point, did he again start to describe the area they went fishing?
Yes.
And do you recall what he described?
A hill.
Do you recall what he said about the hill?
I would have to refer to my notes to make sure.
Was that documented in a police report?
Should be.
And would reviewing that police report refresh your memory?
Yes.
May this witness refer to her police report?
She may.
The report says Detorius then began talking about a little hill and somewhere where you would fish.
And was that something he just volunteered during that drive?
Yes.
He wasn't even being asked about that at that point?
Yes.
Now, eventually, did all of you end up at Credit Island?
We did.
And while you were at Credit Island, is that where DL had identified some footprints kind of in a muddy area by some water?
Yes.
And do you recall what he said about those footprints?
That they were his dad's.
Now, that particular area of Credit Island where he pointed out those footprints, are there any hills in that spot?
No.
How would you describe the terrain there?
It's kind of a flat area. There are trees. It's down by the water line. There's a gravel parking lot that we pulled into, and that's where he said his dad had parked. And then his dad had got out and went to the trunk and then went down to the water. And he took us to where his dad went, he said.
You described trees being by the water line. The parking lot, that gravel parking lot there, are there any trees kind of right in that area where the parking lot is?
No.
So he would have had a clear view of that area.
Yes.
So all of that took place then on July 10th, the day that Breasia went missing, correct?
Yes.
Did you have an occasion then to interview DL again?
Yes.
And would that have been on July 23rd of 2020?
Yes.
As we know, as of July 23rd, had Breasia been located?
No.
When you met with DL on the 23rd, where did you meet with him?
At the police department.
And how was his demeanor during this interview?
It was different than it was before.
How was it different?
He didn't want to talk to me really. He seemed a little guarded, and he had told me that he was tired of talking to people.
Did he appear frustrated?
Yes.
So he was no longer this carefree kid that you had seen on July 10th.
Correct.
At some point during the interview, or at various points, does he cry?
Yes.
Do you know why he was crying?
I believe he was frustrated.
Now, was this interview recorded as well?
Yes.
Who was all present during this interview?
It was just me and Detorius.
Now, is it typical to interview a child more than once?
It depends on the situation.
And what do you mean by that?
Typically, if you're doing like a forensic interview with a victim, who is the actual victim of a crime, you typically want to try to interview them only once. And the reason for that is because it can be traumatizing to a victim to keep asking them. Plus, it's their story to tell. You're trying to find out from them what happened to them. So they can tell you their story if they want to.
Is that different than when you have a child who may have witnessed something?
Yes.
How so?
A lot of times children may not know what they have witnessed. Sometimes if you have a traumatizing event or something, once they realize maybe something is traumatizing, children can provide information that they didn't tell you before. Children's minds can be fragmented also. They don't always remember everything in sequential order. And sometimes once time passes, they remember other things.
Now, as of July 23rd, had law enforcement also obtained more information in terms of their investigation?
Yes.
Had efforts been made to obtain surveillance video from all over?
Yes.
And at that point, had there also been some cell phone location information that law enforcement had obtained?
Yes.
And so, having all of that information, why did you want to speak with DL again?
We wanted to find out if he had any other information to give us reference finding his sister.
And at this point, had you actually observed the defendant and DL together on various surveillance videos?
Yes.
And when you interviewed DL on the 23rd, at that point, was there information about the defendant purchasing bleach at the Clinton Walmart on July 10th?
Yes.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm handing you what's marked as State's Exhibit 158-2. You mentioned that the interview with DL on the 23rd of July was recorded. Have you had an opportunity to review that?
Yes.
And is this exhibit a fair and accurate copy of your interview with DL on the morning of July 23rd?
Yes.
At this time, Your Honor, the State would offer Exhibit 158-2 into evidence.
No objection.
That exhibit is admitted.
Judge, this video, this interview is approximately 47 minutes long. I don't know if you want to take a break before that or just keep letting through.
We will take a break before playing that video. We'll be in adjournment until approximately 11:15. Thank you. Ms. O'Donnell, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective Hammes, before I start playing this video, do you recall approximately what time this interview would have started?
Can I refer to my notes, please? To my reports?
Well, if the video itself says 9:13 a.m., would that be fairly accurate?
I believe so.
Okay.
Have it 2 pens.
Well, you can play with those pens. I need those pens,
I
though.
want one.
Okay. Hey, Tutorius. I want to talk to you. Can you look at me? Can you look at me? Okay, before I talk to you, why don't you take all that stuff off? You don't need that on your face. You don't need the sunglasses on. I do like the Ray-Bans, though. What's in your bag?
Nothing for
Nothing.
you.
Nothing for me. I like it. Is that new?
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. So this is the deal. Before I talk, I've talked to you a couple times, right? Before I talk to you, I want you to know that what happens in this room is between you and me. Okay? Can you look at me? And do you know the difference between a truth and a lie? What is that?
Do you have a LG charger?
No, but why don't you put that away so I can talk with you, okay? So do you know the difference between a truth and a lie?
The truth is you tell the truth. The lying means you tell the lie.
Okay. And what's a lie?
You don't tell the truth?
Okay. Okay. So we're not going to lie in here, right? Because I don't think you've ever lied to me, right?
No.
Okay. And I want you to know that you are safe in here. Anything you say, okay, and I don't care what you say to me, I'm going to believe you, and I'm not going to get mad at you.
You
Okay.
are.
What?
You get mad at your kids sometimes, I bet.
Well, when they do something wrong, but we're not doing anything wrong here. What I want to talk to you about is the day that you went to your dad's house, okay? And I know that a lot of people have talked to you about it, but the only thing I'm going to talk to you about is what you remember, okay? I don't care what everybody else has said to you. You look at me, okay?
Yep.
I want to talk.
You recognize you didn't see anything else about the hair.
Did you get cut? Is it getting long? What's the deal? Did you get sides cut, didn't you?
No, I got sides front and back cut.
And your eyes are so pretty, aren't they? Yep, you look good.
They said her eyes is brown. Her eyes is hazel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'd like to talk to you about that day, okay? Okay. And I want you to know, do you know where your daddy is right now?
Where?
Do you know?
In jail.
Okay. So you know you're safe from your daddy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That bum.
That bum, okay. And do you know that your mama loves you?
Yep. That my mom.
That your mom loves you?
Yep.
Okay, good. And do you know that everyone just wants to find where Briege is, right?
Yep.
Including you, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I want to talk about that day. Can I take you?
My mom woke up. She said, how come your own mom don't know where your daughter's at?
I know that's a sad thing, right? I think so too. So let's take you back. Can you shut your eyes? Can you shut your eyes? All right. Let's talk about your dad picking you and your sister up that day. Okay?
Ooh, he's so ugly. That's what he gets. That's why he's gonna stay in jail for his whole life.
Okay. So where did your dad pick you up?
Yeah, he picked me up at my house.
At your nana's house, and what?
614 West 63rd Street, phone number 1. Remember?
Okay. Yeah, I do remember. And what did he pick you up in? What kind of car?
That black one.
The black cool one. Okay. And
And then when he dropped me off, he used that purple one.
Okay. Well, let's talk about where he dropped you off at.
When my mom was coming to get me, he dropped me off on McDonald's.
Okay. So let's talk about your daddy picking you up, and you went at the grandma's house, 614 West 63rd Street. And who was there at the house when you went there? Was Who
His
was-
girl, him, his girl.
No. At your grandma's house. Who was there?
Oh, me,
Mhm.
Henry,
Mhm.
my sister,
Which sister?
Brie.
Is she the only sister you have?
No, that's my sister.
Okay, so Bree's there, and who else?
CJ,
Mhm.
and my mom was at work,
Okay.
and my nana was there.
Okay. And what happened?
My nana told Bree, don't go with him. Because she was afraid that he was going to do something to her. So she told her don't go with him. And she went.
Okay. So she was allowed to go. Did CJ want to go?
Go, yeah. But there was not enough room.
Okay. Did your daddy say anything like CJ couldn't go? Or
No, he said that he can go some other time.
he could go some other time. Okay.
But he's in jail right now, so how are we supposed to go some other time? Go to jail? Go inside jail?
I don't know. So when you left there, where did you go? I know you went somewhere. Where did you go?
To his friend's house.
Who's his friend?
I don't remember their name. But he left us in the house.
He left you in the house?
Me and my sister.
He left you and your sister, and then where did he go?
Outside.
He went outside? Did he leave in the car?
Yeah.
He did? Who was inside the house with you?
There was two women and one man.
2 women
Yep.
and 1 man?
Yep.
And do you know who the women were?
They were just black.
Black girls? Were
Yep.
they older, like your mommy's age, or were they younger?
Younger.
Younger than your mommy? Like how young?
Probably like 6 or 8.
6 or 8, so like your age. So 2 kids, 2 black girls,
Yep.
2 young girls, okay? And what about the man? Was it a boy or a man?
It was a man. It was a grown-up.
It was a grown-up, and you don't know what his name is?
Nope.
What did you do in that house?
Playing the game.
What game were you playing?
GTA.
Oh, you like that game, Grand Theft Auto. And what was your sister doing?
Playing some stupid game Wii.
A Wii game?
Yeah.
And
Do you know that game? Wii.
I do know. I actually have a Wii. So where are you playing the GTA at?
In the living room.
Okay. Do you remember what color the house was?
No.
And where was your sister playing the Wii at?
In the back room.
Back room?
Yep.
Do you remember what the house looked like? It was an actual house?
Yeah. It was
Okay.
actually like
When you got there, how many people were in that house?
a couple.
Okay. Did any of them leave with your daddy?
No. He just went by himself and then he came back and then he told me and Bree to come on.
Okay. So he left. How long do you think he was gone? Was he gone a while?
Yeah.
Like, was he gone for over an hour?
Yeah.
Okay. And then where'd you go from there?
To his house?
Okay. Did you stop anywhere on the way to his house?
No.
Okay. When you got to his house, was there anyone at his house?
His girlfriend.
Who's his girlfriend?
Andrea.
Okay.
And
And
Andrea jail too.
what?
And Andrea jail too.
I don't know where she's at. So you go there, and what happens when you go to Dad's house? What are you
Henry?
doing?
That's not my dad.
Okay. What'd you do at Henry's house when you first got there?
You know me, I always play GTA.
Okay.
Playing GTA.
Where were you at playing
In the
GTA?
living room.
Living room. And was anyone with you in the living room?
Yeah.
Who?
Andrea.
Was she playing?
No.
Well-
She was just sitting down on the couch on her phone.
She was sitting down on the couch on her phone?
Yep.
Okay.
And
And
Henry was in the back room with Bree.
Henry was in the back room with Bree. What was he doing back there?
Watching her play the game.
Which game?
Fortnite.
Okay. How long did you think you played?
Pretty a while.
Okay. When you are playing a game, are you paying attention to anything but the game?
No.
I didn't
All I
think
do
so.
is just drive.
So if your
Drive.
sister was doing something in that back room, would you know what she was doing?
No.
You wouldn't know.
No.
Okay. Do you remember if the door was open or closed?
Close. Oh, no, close. Open. I said close.
Okay. Are you sure it was open?
Yeah.
Okay. Where was your sister sitting or laying, or where was she?
She was in the back. Where was she laying?
Or where was she in the room when she was playing the game?
in the bed,
On the bed. Where was your daddy at?
standing up
Standing up where?
in the back room.
In the room?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you say you play for quite a while, is your daddy standing the whole time, or does he do something else?
He spends a pretty a little longer, and then he goes get us something to eat.
Okay. And then what? Did you talk to Briasia at all?
I couldn't.
Why not?
Cause I was about to wake up and I was about to wake me and her up and talk to her. We was about to talk to each other, but I recognized she was gone.
Okay. So let's talk about, you are playing Grand Theft Auto in the living room. Andrea's in there, and you said your dad is in the other room with Bree.
Yep.
And so you guys are both playing games, and then it's time for dinner. And what's made for dinner?
Pizza rolls.
And who makes those?
My dad.
Your daddy does?
There's pizza rolls. We had he made a ham sandwich.
Okay.
What is it? With bread and cheese?
Ham sandwich?
No, bread and cheese.
I don't know what that is.
Grilled street.
Oh, he made grilled cheese too?
Yep.
Okay.
And we also ate, you know the things that you always go, you go like this, you switch them down like
Hamburgers?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hamburger.
He
And
made
fries.
all. He made all that?
Yep. We
Oh.
ate 5 things.
You had 5 things.
Yep.
Okay.
He told us we can't eat until morning.
He told you what?
After we ate that, he said we can't eat until morning because
Okay.
we ate all that food
Where'd you eat that food at?
in the living room.
Okay.
Me and my sister did
What?
because we didn't have a table.
And what did your daddy and Andrea? Where were they?
We went to sleep.
No, when you were eating.
They were eating 2 on the couch.
They were eating 2 on the couch. All of you were on the couch eating.
Not together, no.
Okay.
Me and my sister was on this couch, and then them 2 was on this couch.
Okay. They were on the little
And
couch.
then when they were sleeping, they were sleeping on the air mattress.
Okay. Let's talk about after dinner. What happened after dinner?
We had to go to bed.
Did you play more games?
No,
No. After
but
dinner,
I
you
didn't
didn't.
want to get in trouble.
You didn't want to get in trouble. Did you guys have to? Did you guys have? Did your mommy come at some point?
Yeah, I just dropped myself some clothes.
Okay, because you guys didn't have clothes. Okay. So did you see your mommy? Did you go down and see her, or did you see her somehow somewhere else?
I seen her through the window.
Which window?
The front window.
Which is the front window? Is that the one facing
In
the
the-
parking lot or facing the
In the back room.
in the bedroom? Okay, so that's the front.
That's the back window, and then this one is the front window.
Okay.
And there go the side window.
Okay. So who goes down and gets the clothes?
My sister.
Okay. Do you remember what your sister was wearing that day? When you guys got picked up?
Ask my mom, I have no idea.
Okay.
She have a picture of it.
Do you remember what you were wearing?
I was wearing some jeans
Mm-hmm.
and a white tee.
Okay. So after dinner, you said you didn't play any games. Okay. What happened after dinner?
You had to go to bed. No, we did a two little fireworks, and then we had to go to bed.
Okay. Did you take a bath or a shower?
Bath.
Okay.
I made shower. He didn't watch us.
He what?
He didn't watch us.
Okay. So who took a bath first?
Me. I took a shower.
Oh, sorry. You took a shower first?
Yeah.
Okay. And
And then my
what
sister took a shower too.
clothes did you put on?
Some shorts
Mm-hmm.
with a long white tee.
Who's
At first I had on Henry white tee.
Henry's white tee?
Yep.
Okay.
You can smell her white tee because she had it on and it's not washed. It's still at his house.
It's still at his house? Whose?
Henry's. Henry, big white tee.
Yeah.
It's the one that my sister wore is still there.
It's still there? How do you know that?
Because she took it off.
Okay, let's talk about that. So she took a shower?
Yep.
Okay. And what did she...
You're confusing me.
I'm not. I'm just asking you from here to here to here what's going on. So you took a shower first? I don't know. So you took a shower first, and then she took one. And what did
Yes.
she put on?
You got.
Do you know what
What
she
is
wore?
it? No.
Do you remember what she wore to bed?
No.
What's with the white t-shirt?
Oh yeah, she did wear a white tee, and then when she got up, she changed her clothes, and my mom got the clothes and the shoes that she got on.
Okay. So, after you took a shower, you guys went to bed. Where did you guys go to bed? Oh, I have one more question. Did you guys use a towel to dry off?
Yep.
What color was the towel?
White.
White towel? Where did
If
those...
you saw a muddy towel, that's what my sister wiped her feet off of. A muddy towel. Muddy towel.
Why did she wipe her feet off with a
Cause she stepped in the. She was walking and she stepped in the mud barefoot.
When was that?
When I started doing firework, she stepped in.
Was that a little towel or a big towel?
It's just like this.
So not a big like towel for your body.
No,
More
we
like
dried off with a big towel, but we washed off with the same towel.
Okay. And that was a white towel too that you dried your body on?
Yep. He said two.
Two? Where would those white towels be?
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom?
Hang up on the that little thing that you hang towels up there.
Like the shower curtain?
Yeah.
Rod?
Yeah.
That's where it should be?
Yep.
Was there just one towel or was there more than one towel?
There was my dad's towel, his girlfriend towel, and me and my sister towel.
So there's at least four towels in that bathroom? Were they all the same color?
No.
No?
Two is red and two is white.
So two red and two white towels?
Yep.
Okay. Did your dad or Andrea take a shower that night?
No, they had to be funky.
They had to be funky? Okay. So after you took a shower, did your dad give you those white tees or who gave you those?
My dad.
Where did he get them from?
His closet.
His closet? Did you bring pajamas?
Nope.
Did your sister have pajamas?
Yeah.
But she didn't put those on? Because he wanted her to wear that?
Yep.
Okay. So then did you go to bed right away or something else?
And then that's all.
Okay. So which bedroom did you sleep in or where did you sleep?
In that one weird bedroom.
What?
That bedroom.
The only bedroom?
The bedroom that's in the back.
Okay. With the air conditioner?
Not in the front. Not in the living room.
Not in the living room. So you slept in there. Was your sister with you?
Yep.
Okay. And where were you sleeping?
At the bottom.
At the bottom?
And she's right at the top.
Okay.
And I feel her kick me. I said, ow, breathe.
Okay. Did you both go to bed at the same time or did someone go to bed first?
You know my sister, she always goes to bed first.
Your sister went to bed first? And then what about you?
I'm just sleep. Fourth.
You went to sleep fourth? You were the last one to go to bed? So what was everyone else doing?
You were go night night.
Okay. Do you remember what your daddy was wearing?
So when he got up, some raggedy gold shoes, and it looked like color was the shirt? Black. And his shorts was blue.
Blue shorts? And
Yep.
he had a black... Did he have anything on his head?
A hat.
A hat? What kind of hat?
Black. And he had chains on. He had the fake chains.
What color are they?
Gold.
Big gold
And
chain.
he had gold teeth.
He had gold teeth in?
Yep.
And so when he went to bed, was he wearing this stuff or was he wearing something else? Or do you not know?
He was wearing that.
He was wearing that, so he was wearing a black shirt. Did he go to bed with gold shoes on?
No, oh no.
No? But he had blue shorts on?
Yep. And he had what is that?
You said a black hat?
Yep, and a black hat.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
And a do-rag.
Was that the hat?
No, the do-rag was under the hat.
What color was the hat?
Black, and the do-rag was black.
Okay, so black hat and black do-rag. What was Andrea wearing when she went to bed?
I have no idea.
Okay, so your sister went to bed first. Who went to bed second?
His girlfriend.
Andrea did?
And then he went to second. And then he went to sleep third. And then I went to sleep fourth.
Okay, and where was your daddy sleeping?
And I just told you.
Well, sometimes I get confused. Was it the air mattress?
Yeah.
Was Andrea on the air mattress too?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you went to bed.
Yeah.
Were the lights off in the house?
Yep.
Okay.
And the doors was not locked.
Which doors?
The front doors.
How do you know that?
Because I checked.
You checked?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you check?
Because I made sure they were locked.
So
And I ran back upstairs because I heard something go. That's how I heard. All I heard was.
Okay. So did you lock the doors?
Yep.
Okay. Was that before you went to bed?
Yep.
So you locked the front door before you went to bed?
Yep.
Okay. So then what happened?
And that's all.
Okay.
And I know.
And then,
Oh, and then I know that him and Bree was walking down the stairs.
okay. Was it light outside or dark outside?
Light.
It was light. And how do you know it was him and Bree?
Because I heard Bree's voice.
You heard?
I know her voice.
You know her voice?
And I know that bum voice.
Okay. Where were
Can you
you?
give me a back while we going out here?
Where were you when you heard her voice?
In the bedroom.
In the
peeking.
You were peeking. Why were you peeking? Was there something going on that you were
Because I was
peeking?
making sure he wasn't doing anything with my sister.
Okay. And was he doing anything to your sister? No. What did she have on?
You gotta ask my mom. She was, every time we wake up in the morning, she wears the same thing. You gotta ask my mom what she was wearing. Because she screenshotted it. I don't even know what she's wearing.
Okay, so you don't know what she was wearing when she walked down the stairs?
My mom knows. She got the color.
Okay. But you said that she was wearing a white t-shirt when she went to bed?
Yeah, and then when she woke up, she changed her clothes.
Okay, did you see her change her clothes?
No, she was in the bathroom.
Who was in the bathroom?
Bree.
You saw her in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay. Where was your dad?
He just woke, and when Bree got up, he just woke up.
Okay.
And then when he came back, he said, Bree's missing.
Okay. Did Andrea ever get up in the middle of the night?
He had to go use the bathroom to check on me and Bree first, and then she went to the bathroom, and then she said, Bree's not there.
So you saw your dad leave with Bree before Andrea woke up?
Yeah.
Okay. So you saw, I'm just making sure I get this right. You saw your sister in
I'm
the...
tired of people asking me.
I know, but this is the last time we're going to ask you, okay? You, look at me. Look at me.
How
You,
long is it going to take?
Detorius, you are the key to finding your sister. You know how I told you from the beginning your little brain was smart and that you saw things that are clues? You know what clues are?
Why are you talking like that?
Because I'm talking to you. You know what clues are? They help find things, and you have clues I don't even think you're aware of to help find your sister. And so they want me to talk to you because I need to find those clues so that we can find Bree. You want to bring her home?
Yep, hashtag bring Bree home.
Absolutely. Okay.
Not.
Okay. So.
How many question marks do you ask me?
I don't know. Do you see? I had like a whole bunch. Do you see all these things? These are all the things I want to know from your smart brain. So, listen. Listen. You see your sister in the bathroom and your daddy wakes up.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what she was wearing in the bathroom?
All I know is she was wearing some blue shorts
Uh-huh.
that had just had stuff just like this.
Okay. And what was she wearing on top?
She was wearing some red.
No, I know, but what was her shirt? Was she wearing that white tee in the bathroom?
Yeah, until she took it off.
Okay.
I don't remember the shirt or the shoes, Mom. Oh, it was black. The shoes was black and brown. I don't remember the shirt.
Okay.
You gotta ask my mom that shirt color.
Okay. So did your dad said, hey, What did your dad say? Why were they walking down the stairs?
I have no idea.
Okay. So they leave, and then you said that Andrea came in a little later and went to the bathroom?
Yes.
Okay. And then, did Andrea say anything to you at that time?
No.
No? And what did you do?
Nothing.
Okay. And then what happened?
And I just went in the living room.
When did you go in the living room?
A while ago. Remember when Rondo was pussy? I went in the living room.
Okay. Was that in the morning when you woke up?
Yeah.
Okay. And who told you to go? Did someone tell you to go in the living room?
Yeah, Andrea.
Andrea did? What was Andrea doing in the morning?
Looking back and forth through the windows.
Okay. Was she doing anything else in the apartment?
No.
Did she call anybody?
No.
No? Was she cleaning anything?
No.
No? And then what happened? Did your dad come home?
Yeah.
And what happened when your daddy came
And then
home?
he said Elizabeth, and then he said, I don't know a reason that my mom told him to drop me off.
Okay.
Who's watching us today?
No one. Did Andrea ask your dad where Bree was?
No.
Did they talk at all?
No.
Was your dad happy or upset when he came home?
I think he was yelling.
What was he yelling about?
His orange juice.
His orange juice?
Somebody stole it.
Okay. Do you know who stole it?
Yep.
Who?
Andrea.
What'd she do? Drink it?
Yep.
When did she drink that? Earlier?
Yep.
Okay.
And he went and he came back and he said, "Who took my orange juice?"
Okay. What was your daddy wearing when he came back?
Same thing. He busted those shoes.
Those gold shoes?
Yeah.
Was he wearing what shirt?
A blue shirt.
A blue shirt or
Yeah.
black?
Oh yeah, black shirt.
And then what else?
And a busted do-rag
Mm-hmm.
and a hat.
Mm-hmm.
And then some busted chains.
Mm-hmm.
And then some busted gold teeth.
Okay. And then what happened when your dad came back and he was yelling at her about the orange juice?
Then he just took me to my mom. Because my mom wanted me back.
Okay.
Because she didn't want him.
Well, I know that he took you other places because you told me he took you other places.
Oh, he only took me one place to his friend's house.
Who's that?
I don't remember his name. I just
Well,
saw
once
him.
your dad picked you up in the morning, look at... Deteriorous. Did your dad tell you not to not say anything about something?
Uh-huh. Oh, no.
You don't know?
Nope.
Remember how we were going to talk about being truth or
I'm
lies?
not. Yeah.
What? What did your dad tell you not to do?
You have the corona.
What?
You have the coronavirus.
I have to what?
Coronavirus.
Can
Because I got it and I touched you.
Can you tell me what your dad didn't want you to say?
Nothing.
Well, that's not what you said to me before. I know that you went places with your daddy because you originally told me you went places with your daddy.
Only went one place.
And where was that?
To his friend's house.
Okay, but in the morning you told me you went fishing with him. Remember that? Do you remember? So I want to talk to you about going fishing. Why are you getting mad, buddy? Detorius.
What?
Why are you getting mad at me?
I'm not.
Well, you are. I just need to pick your brain to find out where he took you.
Go.
What?
Nothing.
Can you look at me, hon?
I want to go.
Why don't you want to tell me where he took you?
See that? That's disgusting.
Yeah.
So
Can
nobody
you,
cleaned it up.
Victorious, can you tell me why you don't want to tell me where he took you?
Cause every time I forget stuff.
Okay, but you know what? Every time I've talked to you, look at me. Don't make a mess, please. Victorious.
What?
Every time you talk to me, look at me. Every time you talk to me, you remember something.
But I don't remember that fishing.
Okay? But I know that you remember a lot of stuff because you're smart. And do you know that I have seen you places with your dad?
Huh?
Huh?
So what?
Huh?
What?
I've seen you places with your dad, so I kind of know where you went. Do you know that?
How did you see?
How?
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's cameras all over the place, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Who have been there?
You tell me. I want to make sure that you're being truthful about where you went.
We've been to that, a place where he got stuck, and then he was keep on driving through.
Okay.
And then he stopped really, hard, and then I banged my head into the,
You got stuck somewhere?
yeah, and then he had to drive fast
You had to drive fast?
to, get the, there was dirt,
Mm-hmm.
and he had to go, boom!
Okay. Where was that by? Do you remember?
It's not a place where you work.
Where who works?
It's a lot of, what is it? The little things that go, the little tall things that go, and then you pick the stuff up, and then you come back down. You know what I'm talking about?
No. What are you talking about?
I can't remember.
It's a place you work
Yeah,
and you pick stuff up?
yeah.
And
It's a little hook. It goes just like this. It's just like that. Do you even know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't.
It's the little things that the people be standing on.
Okay. People be standing on.
You know.
I don't know. Do you know how to play charades? So people be standing on, and
You don't even know what it is.
no, I don't.
Neither do I.
But you saw people standing on it, or
Yeah.
you know that's what they did?
So.
Okay, were people standing on it?
Yeah. What's these white things?
I don't know.
I
So
only
your,
think I was finished.
so your dad got stuck.
Yep.
Do you know what town you were in when he got stuck?
No.
Okay, were you in Davenport, do you think? Or do you think you were far away? Oh, that's just recording. Do you think you were farther away than Davenport?
No.
Okay. You told me that you went on a long drive.
Oh yeah.
Okay, where'd you go?
It was on a road that I took. That's the road that he drew so slow. You know that place that I took you to.
Yeah.
He drew so slow that he went there.
Okay. Now, I know that he picked you up. You went somewhere right away. You told me that he had to turn back around to go get something.
Oh yeah, her clothes.
Whose clothes?
Brie.
Did he already have your clothes?
Yep.
So your clothes were with you, but he turned around to go get Bree's clothes?
Yeah.
And then when you left his house again, where did you go?
He went to 2 fishings, and then he dropped me off.
You said something about,
Oh, the trailer?
yeah, when did you go to the trailer?
Well, he went to go wipe off his knife,
Okay.
and now they got that trailer.
They got the trailer? I want to talk about the morning when your dad picked you up and said that your sister was lost. Where's the first place you guys went?
When?
That morning that Breasia was lost.
We went to go look for her, and then he called
Where
Mama.
did you go look for her?
Everywhere.
Everywhere? Do you remember your daddy going to any type of store?
No.
You never remember your daddy going to a store?
No.
You don't remember that? Okay. Did your daddy go and buy something somewhere? Do you remember your dad taking you to any type of store?
No, I just said no.
Because remember how I told you that we have you different places and we can see you on camera?
We didn't go to the store. I just told you.
Okay. Did your daddy make you wait in the car anywhere?
Just at the 2 fishing stops.
Okay. You only told me about one fishing stop. Where was the other fishing stop?
One was on this side of the curve of island, the other one's on this side.
Okay.
So he had one over here and then one over here. Then you don't have to go and be like.
Okay. Did he? Did you see him fish actually?
Also, was bleaching a knife
A bleach and a knife. And where did he get those things from, hon?
in his trunk.
In his trunk? Did you ask him about that? Did you see him get the?
I was afraid he was going to stab me.
You were. Why were you afraid of your dad?
Because he's mean.
He's mean. Have you seen him do something mean?
No.
But why do you think he's mean?
Because he lost my sister.
He definitely lost your sister. So he got the knife. Did he take the knife somewhere?
In his trailer. And then he took it back out and he bleached it up and then he cut something with it.
What did he cut with it?
Did it have blood on it?
I don't know. What did he cut with it?
I have no idea.
Where did you see him cutting something with it?
He had to cut some, because they said there was blood on the knife.
Who said that?
The people downtown.
At the police department?
Yeah, down here.
No one said that. But you said that he took it out of his trunk. What else did he take out of his trunk?
Nothing to bleach, and that's all.
Okay. The bleach, was it in a bottle?
You know, got a container that you pour the bleach in?
Yeah. Do you know where he got that container from? No? Okay. Did he only get the bleach and the knife out one time or more than one time or something?
One.
Only one time? And that was where?
At the Credit Island.
He got it out at the Credit Island.
Yeah.
And then he went back to his house? Or his trailer?
His trailer, and then he dropped me off.
Did he go in the trailer?
Yeah.
What did he do in the trailer?
Wipe his knife off.
So he wiped his knife off
Yeah,
there?
he also had the key.
The key to the trailer? Okay. Were you in the trailer when he wiped his knife off? No?
He was by the door.
He was
That's
by...
what I knew.
Okay.
And everybody was staring at him because he had the knife. This is how they was.
At Credit Island?
No, at the when he was in his the trailer.
So there was other people down there?
Yeah.
How many people were down there?
2.
And what did they look like?
It was like
Were
it
they...
looked like they were about to call 911.
Okay.
So they pulled off their phone.
Did you go in the trailer with them? Did your daddy say anything about the trailer?
He just told me don't tell y'all.
Why is that?
He told me don't tell y'all where the trailer's at.
Why did you not want us to know about it?
Cause he was afraid.
Of what?
Oh y'all.
What?
He was afraid of y'all.
Why would he be afraid of us?
Cause he don't know you.
Did he say that he would do something to you if you told?
Yeah, he'll whoop me.
He told you. When did he tell you that?
Huh?
When did he tell you that?
When we was at the house, he said, if you tell anybody that I got 100, if you tell anybody that I got a trailer, I'm gonna tear you up.
Okay. So he told you that.
And I'm definitely not going back to his house.
Okay. Did he tell you that at the house or at the trailer?
Trailer.
He told you not to tell anybody about it?
Yep.
Okay. You said that he wiped the knife off there?
Yep.
What did he do with the knife down at the river or by the water?
I have no idea.
But he took it with him?
Yep. He was carrying it just like this.
Okay. And do you remember where you took me down there? Do you remember that? On Credit Island? Was that where he carried the knife like this?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. You never saw him with a fishing pole?
No.
Okay, but he said he went fishing two
2
times.
times. Yep.
You said he got stuck in the mud. Where was it? Was that at Credit Island or somewhere else?
Somewhere else.
Okay. Do you know where that was? Do you think if you saw it, you'd be able to tell me?
It was by the job place.
The job place.
Uh-huh.
Whose job is it, though? Do you know? His? Where does he work?
It's, you know where all the, people that fix up the stuff? Like break down stuff and put it back together.
Okay.
That's where he worked.
Is it Reds?
Yeah.
Reds?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. So he took you down to Reds and he got stuck in the mud?
Yep.
Okay. Did he get anything out of the car down there?
Knife and bleach.
At Reds?
No.
At Reds. So, what is that? Can you get back on the chair for me? I know that you were with your daddy for about 2 hours. Do you know that? And there's a lot of places that you and your daddy went.
Not a lot.
Okay, well there's more than what you're telling me. So I know that when you left...
I don't know a lot.
Okay, but you haven't told me everything, right? Remember, I'm a detective, and I can tell if you haven't told me everything. What haven't you told me?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Okay. You know how I took you on that drive?
Yep,
You showed me
yep,
different
yep.
places, right?
Yep.
Okay. I think I'm going to take you on another drive.
No.
But I think we're going to go get some McDonald's first. Are you hungry?
No, I don't want to go on no drive.
Okay. Deterius, I know that you were
My
with your...
name is not Deterius.
Oh, what is your name? What are you going to call it?
Detorius.
Detorius. What?
I don't know if it's going to say it.
Well, I need to get some information from you, and I know... Why are you getting so mad? Can you tell me that? You know, I've been with you so long, so many different times, and you've always been really pleasant, and you've been happy, and you've never been mad at me, and now you're mad at me about something. Why are you so mad? Why? What's different today, hon? Can you tell me that? No? I need you to help me find Breasia, hon. That's what I...
No, I'll help my mom.
Well, your mom, essentially you're helping your mom if you help me. Do you know that?
Mom, I told her don't help you.
What's that?
I told her don't help you. Stop staring at me.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out why you're so mad and why you don't want to help me.
Because I don't want to stay here.
I know you don't want to stay here, but this is the last chance I have to pick your brain about what happened that night with you and your dad and where your daddy took you. It's my last chance.
How?
I don't ever get to talk to you again, Victorious. And you are the one that could help me find your sister. And
I can't ever talk to me again.
well, I can talk to you again, but typically we don't talk to kids over and over and over. And right now, I know that you have been with your dad, have done things with your dad, seen things, and he took you different places, and you haven't told me everything.
I don't remember anything now.
And sometimes when you take just like when I took you on that drive that first time, you looked out the window and you could tell me where things were. You could tell me where things were. Because your brain remembers things. Remember how initially you told me you couldn't remember things, you have a hard time? But when you see something, you remember it, right?
No.
Why are you smiling underneath there? You also talked about a red truck. Do you remember that red truck you talked about?
I was just kidding.
I don't think you were kidding about a red truck.
You know, we saw one of his orange trucks. We was looking for Bree. We saw one of his orange trucks.
Okay. When he was looking for Bree, was he calling anyone? No? Did he have his phone with him?
Yeah.
Yeah? Because I know you were with him for a long time, right? Notorious.
Not very long.
Not very long?
Can you let me go now?
Well, I'm going to go and talk to your mom, and then I'll be back.
Why are you talking to my mom?
Well, because your mom's the one that wants me to talk to you, and she wants you to be honest about what you
What are you about to tell her about?
I'm just going to tell her that you haven't told me everything. Because remember I
Because
told
I don't know anything else.
Okay. Hey, bud, no one's mad at you. No one's mad at you at all. Do you understand that? I'm trying to jog your memory so that you remember some stuff. Because I have you on camera. Remember I told you that you are on camera? All right. I'm going to let you calm down for a little bit, okay?
I'm going to go.
Okay. We're going to go very soon. Okay? Well, why are you crying, buddy? Hey. What's going on? Hey. Detorius. Why are you crying? Do you need a hug, bud?
No.
Okay. Did your daddy tell you not to tell?
Oh, yeah.
Did your daddy tell you not
No,
to say
he didn't say anything about that.
About what? I'm asking if your daddy told you not to say anything.
He did not say that.
Okay. Why don't you want to tell me every place you went?
I don't remember anything.
Okay. Just hang tight.
Who are you going to get?
No one. I'm going to talk to somebody.
Why?
Just because I want to see if there's something else I need to ask you before we get out of here.
Can you give me a bag too?
A what?
A backpack and have the blue bags? I'll come with you.
No, I can't have you come with me because there's other people out here. There's a bunch of detectives, okay? I'll be right back though.
Where?
They're all working to find your sister. Okay?
Oh my God, I'm staying here.
What's up, Lily? You alright, man?
Yeah. All right. You talk to him for a second.
What's happening, little man?
We'll take our noon break at this time. We'll reconvene at 1:30. Thank you.